Hello, FlossTube Stitchers. This is Shelly from Just Stitching Inc. in Strongsville, Ohio. Welcome back to my channel for video number 4. Yesterday was my birthday, so I thought I'd show you a very special gift that I received several years ago from my friend slash framer, Bonnie Safran. She stitched and framed Queen Bee from Shepherd's Bush. I think any stitchy gift is always really appreciated, but especially so when you know how busy the giver is. And she holds down a day job as well as running her custom framing business under the name Valley Framing. And she often doesn't even have time to stitch for herself. So I love my Queen Bee. Today I'm sitting I'm sitting behind the fabric cutting counter, and then behind me is the fabric hutch, where we have cubbies and baskets and other containers full of fabric. It's not the only place where we have fabric, but it's kind of the hub. We are not fabric snobs. We carry everything from 6 to 46 count. We carry about 15 different companies, and within those companies there are different lines and hundreds of colors. So sometimes it can get really crazy trying to figure out what to order next. But the basic company that we order most of our solid colors from is Zweigart. So this is a really popular color, the Natural Raw 28 Cashel. And note the orange line running through their salvage, which is the Zweigart trademark. We also carry a lot of beautiful colors from Perman. This is a little bit stiffer linen. Some people like that to work in hand. From that same company comes Joblin, which is available in Aida and even weave, solid and overdyed colors. Another company, Access Commodities, gives us Legacy linen. This is 30 count sunflower seed, and the linen has such a luxurious feel to it. I don't know why you'd ever stitch on anything else unless you needed another color that they didn't have available. But you could substitute this for any raw, natural flax kind of color. They also have Studio Line, which you could say was the old 30 count Northern Cross. So this is 30 count Portobello, but it's the exact same fabric as Natural Northern Cross. The distributor just changed the name when they imported it. So if you have any of the Little House Needlework series that call for Northern Cross, please know that this is identical. Fun fact about Zweigart is that they name their linen counts for cities in Ireland, Scotland, and the UK. So there's 19 Cork, 25 Dublin, 28 Cashel, 32 Belfast, 36 Edinburgh, 40 Newcastle, 46 Bergen, and 55 Kingston. But what I want to know is, why aren't those German cities? Because Zweigart is located in Germany. So if anyone knows the answer to that, tell me. Then there's lots of overdyed companies. We carry some from Black Cauldron Dye Works, who has really fun names like Hag's Hair. Crossed Wing Collection, I think, is known for their beautiful blues and greens. This is a messy one called Toast from Dames of the Needle. Fabric Flare has a lot of really nice patterns. This is called Falling Snow. There's a little bit of silver running through there, but I don't know if you can tell. I have that in 16 and 32. Fiber on a Whim I picked up at Market, and to my knowledge they're the only ones that are dyeing over the linen Aida rather than the cotton version, so I thought that was different. They do linen as well, but I picked up all Aida. This is Slate from Hand Dyed by Stephanie. So this is used on all those blackboard type projects. This is from Jude Design in Hungary. I love the speckled spotted look of her fabrics. It's very different from what everyone else in the market is doing. And then Painter's Threads has a really cool concept. All of their fabrics, fibers, and trims are based on the color palettes of famous artists. So this one was for Gabriele Munter, who was a German Impressionist painter. This is Picture This Plus. I'm sure you all know about them. But what I wanted to point out is that you can order any of their colors on Opalescent, the Aida, the Even Weave, or the linen. And a lot of people don't know that you can special order it. She calls it her crystal line. The Primitive Hair uses their own fabric for a lot of their designs, and they have some with printing on it. This is a bee skep. This is Winter Brew from R&R Reproductions, which is a really popular color. And this is Cappuccino from Weeks Dye Works, and the interesting thing about them is that they dye the same colors in fabric as they do in their thread. All right, we'll put that away. We offer standard cuts as well as custom cutting, so you can imagine that we might have a lot of scraps left over. And so we've been doing remnant bags for years. This is an example of an Aida one. There's 6 pieces in the Aida, 5 pieces in the linen, and they go for $5 each. And then there's also a special pack that would have the hand-dyed colors in them, and that goes for $7.50. So if this is actually going to be a choice that you can make for this week's giveaway, if you want a remnant bag of fabric, please just comment on what you like to work on. So we make them in 14, 16, and 18 to 22, and 28, 32, and 35 to 40 in the same bag. So we know that customers are very particular about the counts they work on, and that's the way I would want to buy them, so that's how I make the remnant bags. The Aida packages may include some specialty fabrics in it, like opalescent or the Heatherfield that's been discontinued, or maybe some overdyed. But with the linen, it's the regular solid colors, and then the overdyed is a separate package. Last week's giveaway was Bunnies and Peeps from Falling Star Primitives, and the name I pulled out of my bag was Donna Johnson. So congrats, Donna, and email me, let me know your address, and I'll get that right out to you. Oh, we also have some other stitchable fabrics and surfaces that you can work on. We have burlap, cork. This has some gold running through it, so it would be great for Christmas ornaments. Perforated paper, and it comes in a lot more colors than just the brown, white, and gold and silver that you might have seen. Several sizes of silk gauze, waste canvas, and weaver's cloth for doing punch needle. Okay, my finishes. One of my finishes this week was Leprechaun from Bent Creek's The Littles series, and I'm going to see how close I can get this because I want you to take a look at his eyes. I did them in colonial knots instead of French knots, and they came out perfect. They're not wobbly, they're not falling over, they match. So if you're having trouble with French knots, just forget about it and do colonial knots. It's a little hard to describe how to do them, but the basic difference is French knot, the thread is wrapped around the needle twice, and with a colonial knot, you're kind of doing a figure 8. So just Google a tutorial on colonial knot or even just a diagram. And if you have trouble with French knots, switch to colonial knots and it will change your life. The other reason I wanted to show you the leprechaun is that I started it so that I could do a Tuesday's tip. And what I do is try to stitch the background first before you do what's supposed to be in the forefront. And I know that you can't do it on every project. Some would be too complicated. You'd have to skip too many spaces or you'd lose count. But in a small design like this, it's perfect. There's something very subtle about the way your thread overlaps in the holes. And when you're using an overdye, doing 1x at a time, it just looks funny sometimes. And your main design will be more crisp if the background is stitched first, okay? My second finish is Lizzie Kate's Home is the Nicest Word There Is. And the only thing I changed was verdigris to blue jeans because I wanted to use my favorite color. Okay, my whip is Be Virtues by, there you go. My mind went blank, but you can see. 32 Ren from Picture This Plus is what I'm stitching it on. Let's put it on the white backing so you can see it better. And it's coming along nicely. All right. And then I have the models for, I didn't stitch these. These are the original models for the Silk Gauze 101 class that Linda Stoltz from Erica Michaels will be teaching at our shop on Sunday, June 23rd. So if you're interested, check out the Facebook event that I posted. Okay, I think that's everything except new merchandise. We got more in, but there's only two basic things I'm going to show you. One are the Bowen sewing themed tape measures. So we've got scissors, sewing machine, looks like a dress pattern, thimble and spool, and a pin cushion. So cute. I was excited to get those in. They're fun, kind of modern looking designs. And the only charts I'm going to show you are from Peacock and Fig because they are hilarious and I wanted the time to show you all of them. So please indulge me. This one is my favorite. Caffeine. Brought to you by Booze. I wish I was as thin as my patience. Look at me adulting all over the place. On a scale of 1 to even. This calls for more alcohol. There we go. It could also say wine. And the last one is dedicated to Joe at Pretty Southern. Home is where the pants aren't. Put some pants on, girl. No, seriously, I love you. If you're not watching Joe from Pretty Southern, start now. I discovered her recently. I've been binge watching her for the last 2 weeks. I've been stalking her. Can you tell? Do they know? Oh, she will now because I just told the whole world. Well, not the whole world. I just told 275 subscribers. But seriously, I don't think she can tell. But I'm going to call it out anyway. She was the first non-industry professional person that I started following on FlossTube. I was attracted to her personality. I loved everything she was stitching. And she does the best video tours and shop owner interviews at all the local shops around her area, cross stitch, yarn, and quilting. And also when she goes on vacation or goes to stitch events, she will just carry around her phone and take a video tour and interview somebody, and it's like you were there. So that's awesome. I love seeing those. Thank you for all your nice comments. A lot of people have said they're going to try to stop in over the summer, either visiting family or coming to StitchCon. We've seen a spike in interest in our North Coast Tour to Stitch page, Facebook page, and I've gotten a lot of new Instagram followers, so I'm attributing that to the FlossTube video, so I appreciate that. Also, someone commented that they thought I had a soothing, a calming voice. So I told my husband, and he said, huh, I mean, yeah, you do. So I thought that was funny. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and have a great week, everyone. Bye.